I would even go so far to call it one of my top 5 free 2020 plugins.
That we can change it. It's plain to see that we're lost in the ashes.
It's been a wild night. If you've missed yesterday's video, go check it out. It was just wild. So very slight hangover, but I'm obviously still here in the studio. And before we start with like the main thing for today, which is starting a new track from scratch, I would love really briefly to address the remix competition. Every single year there is a remix competition. This year you can vote which song, and the results I have at the moment see Ashes as first place, which is an unreleased song that sounds like this.
It's plain to see that we're lost in the ashes.
Second place, Watch Me Burn.
Watch me burn, so watch me burn.
And third, Underwater.
Can't help but take it farther. I'm breathing underwater.
All of them are unreleased, so I hope playing them for you a little bit might help you to decide. You can still vote. It's linked down below in the description. Just click on your vote, and in a week... I hate when tech fails. Anyways, just vote. In a week we'll have the results, and then 2 weeks later we will get started with the remix competition. You will be able to get all of the individual stems, the vocals and everything else. Make your own versions, submit them. We'll pick 3 winners that will get amazing prizes, and the first place also gets a release on my label. So definitely stay tuned for that. Now, music production. Started an entirely new project. Everything is already rooted, and whenever I start a new song, the kick is already preloaded. There's one of the 10 kicks that I use that I love. It just gets me a lot faster to a result. And today I would actually love to tweak the kick a little. And there's like a new plugin. It's by Kashmir, huge DJ producer, you probably know. And I've tested his Essential plugin a while ago, and I liked it, but I thought it's like too expensive. Like, it's too expensive for what you get. $100 for something that is like for coloring that you can also do with like stock plugins was a little too much, especially for beginners. But now he and like WA Productions made up for it with introducing Kashmir Essential Kicks. It's for free. I'll link it down below. Free plugins. There's nothing bad about a free plugin. Even if it's bad, it's still for free. You can just download it, test it, and if you don't like it, just deinstall it. There is no risk involved, and I want to see how capable it actually is today on this very initial kick. And like, my first impression of the kick is I like it. I mean, I made it, I collected it and changed it over the years and used it on countless tracks. But listening to it now solo, I think it's like missing a little bit of like top end. It sounds very bottom heavy. First impression, good. Really good, actually. Again, it's for free, so like there isn't a really high bar, but I'd say I would even pay, like, so far initial impressions, at least $15 for it, because it's specifically geared towards kicks. And I just like, I turned up air to get more of that click and top feel of the kick. I introduced and shifted the mids a little. Pressure sounded really nice, something that is hard to achieve otherwise. You might have to fiddle around for a long time. Here it's just this one knob, Compression, yes, you can also do with other plugins, but it's nice to have it in there. Width, I haven't tested because I probably don't really need to make my kick wide. It's anyways going to be summed through the summing device, and the kick channel is always a mono. But let's maybe try out tape. That's like probably saturation. Yes, up to 50% also makes sense. Let's check out what the sub thing actually does. Okay, that's actually pretty useful and smart. You can like select the key, the note, the frequency, and emphasize it in the very low range of the kick. So for example, your kick is right at 50 Hertz. You could boost the 50 Hertz, you could boost a little below it, above it, like really just tweak it to your taste. But usually probably best is to set it to the key of the kick and then just boost that fundamental to have more bass or less bass. Is less bass even possible? Okay, that might be something I would love to see if they ever upgrade it or give it like a little tweak, to be able to also go into the other direction to like not only increase sub but also decrease sub, and same also for the air. Maybe you want to take the air away, so maybe just let us go to the minus part of that knob. But all in all, first initial impressions, I really like it because it's really geared towards kicks. Also the transient sounded really nice. I don't really know what it does. Okay, it takes away of the release of the kick and emphasizes the attack a little more. It makes sense for electronic dance music. It makes a lot of sense because usually you want more sub, you want more air, you want it shorter and clickier, a little bit of saturation, more of that compression, and make it wide. For electronic dance music, this makes 100% sense, especially for like the more big room kind of sound and progressive and these kind of type of directions. And I will now just continue and try to build like a song, at least like 10, 15 tracks, first initial idea, and then play around a little more with the plugin, because like setting up your kick while it's the only thing in a song isn't the best idea. It makes more sense to like mix it and change things in context with everything else. But let's first take care of everything else. You know, usually I love to share with you my results at the end of the day, but today is one of these days where I just screwed up. It doesn't sound good. I absolutely hate it. A big chunk of my day wasted time, but that's just life as a producer. I make 5-6 times more tracks than I actually release, and a bunch of them are just garbage. Maybe for like an entire video, like all of the trash tracks I've ever produced, there are plenty of them. That's just the way it is. So I think I'll just cut it here, have a nice weekend, and Monday back in the studio fresh ears, and hopefully make something that I can showcase to you. But that kick plugin, I think, would even go so far to call it one of my top 5 free 2020 plugins. So if you're interested, again, check it out. It's for free. There's nothing to lose. And now, something else. You can choose any kind of restaurant in the city.
Okay.
I'm paying.
Kitaro.
Isn't that Greek?
Yeah.
I hate Greek, but for you, I'll do it, because this is my 100,000 subscriber Vanessa present for bearing with me, daily vlogging for something years.
Shall I pick something more expensive?
You can, and I would love to, because Greek is not my thing.
Okay, so let's paint.